Hey, everybody, Off the Mic Sports Network here, another edition of Off the Top Rope. AEW fans really have a weird way of showing that they're mad about something because there's been reports out that, the obvious, Joe Hendry, whenever his contract is up with TNA, he's going to go to WWE. We know that this is obvious. I mean, for God's sake, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion broke down a barrier and he brought the TNA World Championship into WrestleMania against Randy Orton. And whether you want to dismiss it or not, that 3-minute match did more for him and did more for TNA than it has ever done for any for that place anywhere. Like, I mean, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you know what I mean. Like, that was a really seismic type of moment for Randy Orton to choose a TNA wrestler to be his 20th WrestleMania opponent. That was a big deal. But the reports are coming out, and some AEW fans have been reacting, saying, well, yeah, good. I don't want him. He's one of my least favorite. Like, I saw one guy say, he's my least favorite wrestler. Is my second least favorite wrestler to Logan Paul. And I'm like, what? That's the first time, and hopefully the last time that I ever hear Joe Hendry's name again next to Logan Paul. Like, you like any of you people who are honestly thinking that, Logan Paul is a piece of shit. He can work, and he's trying. Joe Hendry has been grinding in this business for over a decade. He's gotten his music over. He's gotten his gimmick over. And yes, do I have questions of how sustainable this can be in a long-term setting in WWE? Yes. It's going to be hard. But, the one thing that's unique about him, and I talk about this all the time, is like, you've got to be able to be unique and stand out. And Joe Hendry has got a very unique and, very, like different type of style to him in terms of being a star. And he's been one of the most talked about and one of the most recognizable figures in professional wrestling in the last 12 months. For God's sake, he got on WrestleMania, he got on the Royal Rumble. He's defending his championship on a WWE Premium Live event. So for you AEW fans who are trying to rationalize and say, yeah, we don't need him. We don't need him. I was like, first of all, you're probably right because you have enough talent in your building to begin with. Secondly, that guy has more personality than about 90% of your roster. So it's almost rich to me that, like, hey, you say, yeah, hey, I don't like him. He's not my type of wrestler. He's not my cup of tea. It's like, I talk about this all the time. And I literally just said it like a minute ago. There's nothing that really stands out about any of these people in AEW. A lot of the same type of styles, high-flying wrestling. And it's like, Ricochet, cool. Like, he's gotten over as a heel, but it's like all these guys wrestle the same way. They're work rate guys. They do a bunch of flips. They do a bunch of Canadian destroyers. They do a bunch of super kicks. And it's gotten boring. It's gotten boring. There's no substance to it anymore. It's a popcorn flick. So, sorry that Joe Hendry has, personality and has gotten something over on his own, and it's led him to a spot on WrestleMania and a spot on a WWE Premium Live event defending his championship against Trick Williams, who's one of the biggest stars in NXT. Like, sometimes I just don't understand how AEW fans, like, they keep themselves awake, or like they're clearly bothered by the fact that Joe Hendry is more wanted in WWE. And it's clear that is connecting more than, like I said, 90% of the stuff that's going on in AEW. Like, it's just like, I see stuff like this, and I saw it from multiple different, like, AEW fan accounts, AEW. And it's just like, yeah, Joe Hendry, yeah, because the odds are, yeah, he's not really a fit for AEW. But hey, maybe you should change some of your model, and maybe you'll get more viewers. Maybe you'll get some more tickets sold. Maybe you'll get some more people watching on Max, which nobody watches on Max, even though everybody says, hey, they get half their viewership of 1 million viewers. It's like, and Joe Hendry's not going to go there either way. I think this is a case of these fans are trying to rationalize with themselves and say, hey, he doesn't want to come here. We don't want him either. That's what it comes across to me as. You're just mad that, the biggest star outside of WWE doesn't want to go to you. And that's going to become commonplace moving forward. I mean, yeah, great. Some people are going to be like, yeah, we already got the best. We already got the best from TNA. We got Speedball Mike Bailey and and Josh Alexander to come to us. Well, how great is that? Speedball's literally just blended in with the furniture, and Josh Alexander is really a background character in the Don Callis family. That's what you've done with those two guys. One of the great X Division champions and one of the great Impact TNA World Champions of all time. There's background characters in AEW. So, again, what this comes down to is I think you're not feeling wanted. You're mad that you're not feeling wanted. So basically your solution is, hey, fuck Joe Hendry. We don't need him. Which you're probably right because, hey, you've got a talented roster. You just can't book anybody properly. So anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Anyway, Backlash coming up later today. Hopefully looking to have a live watch along of that. Stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.